Welcome back, Shite Talking. We are season 2, episode 3 today. We are joined by Jack Taylor. How are you, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Well,
what would you say you do? Like, what is your occupation?
I mean, manager, mate. I wouldn't even call it an influencer. I feel like influencers are like bigger. Yeah, I'd just say sort of manager, to be fair.
So I've got something to say. 87.7% of you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button right now. Thank you. You better do it. Let's get into the podcast.
I remember you done, what was your first ever content piece that you put out on social media? It was escape stuff or trying to get into things?
Yeah, sneaking in places. I remember I used to watch that, Ali Law and people like that. Yeah. That used to be the start. And then one day I was just I'm going to start YouTube just out of nowhere. My boy used to do it and we started together. And then we just done a water park together, snuck in overnight, stayed in there. And then in the morning, the police all came and it was just, it was long.
So you got caught?
Yeah, we got caught, literally. Yeah, it was bad. It was the first one as well, so I didn't expect it. But no, it's like a civil offence, staying in place overnight. You say you get locked in and they can't do anything about it.
So obviously, was that when you first started picking up the camera and recording yourself doing stuff?
Yeah, I'd say I was just a bit lost in it. I was just lost in my job, and then I was just I don't know what else to do. So I left. And
what job was you doing?
I was an estate agent. Yeah, so I was literally doing house viewings and things like that. And in the end, I just had enough of it, and I was just I've got to leave.
Yeah, I feel like everyone that's doing well in social media has either come from selling cars or selling houses.
You know I mean? It's that sales. It's that feeling of wanting to do better. Because in a sales job, you can make more. Obviously, do you know what I mean? So it's there's no cap to what you can make. I think the last straw for me of my job was just no control. You can't have control over your own life. They want you there all the time. They want you working. That's the bit I never ever agreed with. I was always just
it's the main obviously objective is you want to be your own boss.
Yeah, 1000%. I'd say that to anybody out there as well that wants to do it. 100% be your own boss. 1000%. No matter if it doesn't work to start with, I would just carry on and just try and.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing to say. If it doesn't work straight away, did it work straight away for you? What did you start off with?
I left my job. I think I had no money. I'll be honest, $2,000 I think. And I it's so weird because I feel like I got bare. It sounds like I'm being a bit stupid saying this because I worked really hard, but I'd also say I got really lucky as well. There's times where I had no money at the time, and I was I don't know how I'm going to make money. And things kept happening at the time. I used to go to the casino a lot and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it. It's a bad habit. Don't get into that. I don't advise anyone to get into that anyway. But yeah, at the time I was well, I don't really have much money. I'm dossing around a bit. I was I need to make some. So I was the next step, how can I make it fast? So I used to go casino, and a couple of weeks on the trot, I won big. Yeah. And then that got me up to about 4.5k I think, and I was quite gassed with it. And then I kept losing money on different things, trying trading and other things like that. And then that day, sorry, back to Italia, I want to track there. But he was doing a meet and greet thing where he was he said I'm chucking out 10 grand to whoever turns up. Yeah. So I was thinking, I'm definitely going. Went down to London and all that, and he was just chucking out money. And I think that day I ended up just grabbing it out of the air because he was chucking it off a building, literally in front of everyone, and everyone was just going mad for it. And I think I came out with £100, but at the time I was that actually helps my petrol. I was because I was actually in a bit of a bad position. My mum was you need to get a job, and I was just telling her give me a year, literally give me a year.
It's when your parents say you need to get a job when it starts affecting you.
Bro, that is one of the worst when your family they just think you're doing nothing.
Mentally, how was you trying to cope with that? Knowing you've just left your job, now you're trying to do something which you don't even know is going to work out. How did you mentally cope with that? Because there's a lot of people that are here are probably going to try social media or try even a business, and it doesn't go well the first year. But how would you say to mentally cope?
Yeah, I'd say it's one of the worst things when your parents don't. When you haven't got so when you go and do something, and people don't agree with what you're doing, it's a lot harder to do it because you can see it and they can't. Yeah. So it's also how do I carry on with this without my family getting mad, or mum telling me to get a job, or dad telling me I'm a bum. Do you know what I mean? You kind of have to just see past that. I know it's hard because you're living in their house. At one point, my mum was you either get a job or you don't live here. And I was just and then after, but she sort of, and then there'd be times where she'd do that. She'd lose her shit. And then there'd be times where she'd calm down. And I'd be and I remember I sat her down once and I was look, I know it's going to sound so stupid to you because you don't understand what I can see and what I want to do. But I said, give me a year. I said, just give me 1 year and let me try my absolute hardest. Don't say anything. Don't ruin me for what I'm doing. Just let me try. And then that's when TikTok Live came along. And that's when I started doing.
That's when you started banging,
that's when I started. That's when I say, when I thought I got lucky, it was kind of oh my God, like, thank God I've got something now, because I don't know which other way I would have turned. So when you look back, it's like, where would I have gone?
Yeah.
How did you get into TikTok Live? How would you say you started the first time you pressed go live, for example?
Yeah, it's weird. I actually thought it was a scam. Like, so, you know, Hannah Honey, you remember? Yeah, I used to be in her agency, actually, funny enough, when I first started. She messaged me, and I was just thinking, why is this 40-year-old woman messaging me about going live? I was thinking, what do you mean go live? Like, I didn't even know what it was. But and then I left it for a bit. I was like, around that time, I started another company where I was selling, I think I ran up like 20K followers by then on TikTok. And I was like to her, like, nah, I don't want the opportunity to join an agency. Like, I didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah.
And then I started like a training course for people that wanted to get more followers on TikTok. So I started doing that, and then kept doing it, kept getting people on, kept building up. Hannah was still messaging me. It was kind of not doing that well. I think I was charging people like £10 a month.
Yeah.
And then I got on with Hannah, and then she started training me to go TikTok live, and that's how I got into it.
So, like, would you say if you didn't ever join that agency, you wouldn't have got to where you are today?
100%. To be fair, yeah, Hannah's
mad.
a good woman. She actually helped me a lot. She really put me like where I think I needed to go, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's mad. Like, bro, we was talking about it earlier. It's like how much money TikTok Live can actually make you, and it's literally all down to like gifts as well.
Mate, it's mad, isn't it? When you think about it, someone's just sitting there ready to just. Sometimes I don't understand it. Obviously, I'm thankful to the people that have done like gifted me in the past, because I wouldn't be where I am. But personally, like when I scroll, I'm like, why would I just? And the amount it costs to actually gift as well. It's like, when you deep it, and a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't know about TikTok Live. Like, I feel like there's only a few people.
I feel like a lot of people bring it down as well, bring the industry down. It's like, oh, you do TikTok Live, really? That's not your job. Like,
yeah, you're begging or
yeah.
But personally, I don't see it as that. It's like if you're a Twitch streamer, what are they doing?
Yeah. Do you see TikTok Live as a
Aiden Ross?
Yeah.
That's how he makes his money, bro.
Yeah,
people subbing, people gifting. It's exactly the same thing. They're just looked up upon because they're doing better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course. It's jealousy.
That's
1000%. Yeah, so you've done TikTok Live, and then what happened after you done TikTok Live?
So I ran that up, TikTok Live, for about 2 years, and I was like, and it was good for a long time. It was very good, and you kind of come to a point where I was like, look, I'm 21 now. I was like 20, probably coming into 21, probably like 4 months till I was about to be 21. And I was like, I don't want to sit on TikTok for forever. I'll be honest, like, because a lot of these lot will, and they'll do it till it fades out. But I've got to build a company. I was always trying to build something for myself.
Yeah.
I feel like TikTok Live's not really for yourself.
Yeah.
And then as I was thinking about that, Connor Logan, I don't know if you know him on TikTok. He came to me. He runs a lot of agencies and things like that. He came to me and was like, "Do you want to start your own?" And I was like, at the time, I was like, "Shit, I've got a good thing going on with TikTok, but could I build this alongside?" And at the time, I was like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I really wasn't sure. I ended up going for the agency.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, I was earning a lot less at the start than I was earning on TikTok Live. So I was like, fuck, I've shot myself in the foot. Like, oh, am I in trouble here?
Yeah.
And then the agency started to take off. I paired up with somebody. I paired up with another agency, started running it together. Then we parted ways again. And now, it's going quite well. So, I went into building my own agency, getting people on board and training them to go live instead of me doing it myself. But it's a lot more work. Like, if I was going to say to anyone, I'd say, if you've got live going for you, then stay doing it, because
really, like,
if you've got it like going well for you, keep it going well for you. Then when it does fade out, then go and do an agency or something like that.
Yeah. But I think as well, like, imagine, like, let's say you've got a lot of people that support you and you've got a big community. Like, for example, in the American side, there's like Jeffree Star, who goes live. You might have seen her. Jeffree Star goes live. You know how people can like sub to you as well. Like, just of her subs, I think she's got like 3,000 people that sub to her monthly. So, bro, that's like a minimum. That's more than a minimum wage. That's 15K
a month,
and
guaranteed.
she charges £5.
Bro, she earns about 4K on the app a day, like probably like 5.
Crazy.
So many people do that though. So many people earn over, like, I've seen that, the Wolf. He's earning like probably like 10 grand a day in his prime, probably more.
Mate,
like,
I just don't understand. Like, the thing is though, like, what do you think your biggest day was like in terms of diamonds? How many did you reach?
In terms of money or in terms of diamonds?
No, diamonds. Like, did you like obviously dailies?
I can't even remember diamonds wise. I know how much money I made though. I remember one guy came in, this was so weird, this was the weirdest night I ever had. One American guy just came in, he was like, "Hi, how are you?" Next thing you know...
It's always, "Hi, how are you?" and then drop something.
Mate, he just started going mad, and I'm not joking, but at the end of the night I made like 5 grand, and he never came back. He never messaged me, he never said hi again. I was like, "Yo, bro, thank you so much." No reply. was like, bro must have been drunk or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Or kid got hold of his phone or something. I don't know, but
bro. I see a lot of that though. You know when you like people join your live and they just gift you crazy amount and then they never talk to you again. It's like, bro, they're doing it either because they want to push you and they're like, okay, it's a nice guy, Jack's funny. Okay, I'm just going to gift him loads, put him on the dailies, etc.
yeah, sometimes I think like I just find it very confusing sometimes, like why they don't come back or why do they do it in the first place? Like, do you know what I mean?
Did you explain it to your mum? Like, mum, I'm doing TikTok live. This is what it was.
Oh mate, she saw the money. I'll be real, she saw the money and she just never said anything again about me getting a job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean a couple times.
But the thing is though, like a lot of people that are doing social media will probably be able to agree with me. Is like our parents don't actually know what we're doing.
Yeah,
Like, they always
Yeah.
sit down and be like, "What do you actually do?" And I'm I just do social media. It's one of them ones.
Yeah, they also look at you as like lazy. Like my mum's always like, because when I used to do TikTok live, I used to go to bed at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. because I'd have been up so from 6. If anything, I'm doing longer shifts than them. I was doing like 6 till like 5 a.m. every day, and then I'd wake up at 2, and she'd be like, "You're getting up so late. You do fuck all," and I'm like, I just made like £700 last night. Have some respect for me, man. Like she don't understand, man. She just sees it as like I'm dossing, but I feel like she understands now. It's took her a long time, but I've kind of like not trained her. That sounds crazy, but I mean like trained her to know how TikTok works. And how,
Well, I can say there's one thing that I saw between like you and your mum is when you're with Jake and he's doing business, you're always on the phone. Like your mum's like your secretary. Like she's always you're always telling her, I've got this meeting.
Man. I love my mum, man.
Yeah,
She helps me whenever I need it. Whenever I need anything, she's always there. Like even with like tax and stuff like that, she's like, I didn't know about that stuff when I started TikTok.
Yeah.
And like I had a
unexpected tax bill.
No, it wasn't unexpected because I hadn't paid it yet. But a letter came through the door and it's like, you need to pay your tax. And at the time I was like, I didn't even know how to pay tax. Like till I got an accountant and I understood it all and that. But that's another thing as well. Pay your taxes, definitely pay your taxes. 100%. Right? A lot of people will be like, nah, don't do it. I'm not doing it. But nah, if you are doing TikTok live, you do need to pay it, bro. I'll be.
Well, yeah, if you're
you know how many men are about to get done out in the next few years for that? I'm telling you.
Yeah, a lot of people. All right, so I wanted to move on to, obviously you are, how old are you now?
21. No, yeah, 21.
21, so 22 this year.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, 22.
September.
Would you say you've hit your goals as a obviously turning 22 soon? Have you hit all your goals you wanted to hit being 21?
Goals wise, yeah, I'd say yes and no. Like some of them yes, and some of them no. But that's purely because I'm just me and I live my life. It's always crazy. I'm always doing something new. I'm always moving around. I feel like if I ever just sat at a desk and focused a lot more, but I struggle to do that. So, but I've hit a lot of goals that I wanted to hit. Like, I'm definitely happy with where I'm at. I've hit loads of goals that I wanted to hit. I mean, I've struggled hitting some others as well, but yeah, I mean, the main things that I set, like my car and things like that, I always wanted that car since I was young, and I made sure I worked enough to get that. There's just so much further I want to go, man, but I reckon I will in the next couple of years. So
Can I ask you a question? Obviously, this industry, a lot of people move over to different countries. Is England where you want to stay forever? Like, do you want to live in England or do you want to move?
Bro, I've literally been in this predicament for about the last year, thinking about where I'd want to live, where I'm going to end up, what house I'll end up in, who I'll end up living with. Like, I don't know. That's me. I just live it like, I don't know. I'll just see how it goes, and I'll find my way, defo. I always think I'll find my way, like 100%.
So are you somewhat like, for example, maybe this year, are you potentially moving out? Like, do you want your own place? Maybe with your...
I just spoke to my business partner, funnily. We're going to get a house together because we're running a new company. Obviously, I'm not saying too much on here about that, but eventually I will. But we're thinking about moving together because it's just more time efficient. We can put more time into the company. Like when I live at home, I've got bare distractions, like going to do like other stuff here and there. But if it was just with him and we both woke up and we were both on it, then we're speaking about moving in together, done some house viewings and stuff. I'm just going to see how it goes and then figure it out a bit further down the line.
So you don't want to like move country, like Dubai?
I don't know. I feel like to run a company in the UK is a lot harder. Like tax wise, it's fucked, bro. You're never going.
So don't have a company. You're better off. You probably make more money being like doing a high paid job, but being like a secretary of that job or like a CEO.
Yeah, because that's where they want to keep you. Like, there's only so far you can go with it, and that's why
exactly.
The maximum you're gonna earn in UK, probably the highest paid job is probably 200 grand if you're fucking at the top. Do you know what I mean? Maybe more. I don't know, but like. It's hard in the UK and it's going to get even harder. So I think at some point I might have to. I might have to move out. I don't really want to because my family's here.
Well, that's what you got to realize. Yeah, it's like your family, it's people that you've grown up with, and like your friends as well.
Yeah, you're leaving everything behind, basically.
Yeah. And for me, it's not really all about money and like business and stuff. Well, it is. Like, I obviously want to build a company and I want to do well, but my family's everything to me, bro. I'll be real. Like, I won't leave anybody just for money. Do you know what I mean? I'd probably just suck it up and stay here if I had to, but just see how things go. You never know where life's gonna take you. Let's be real. Like.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked is because I saw this this like really interesting video, which did provide a lot of value. To be fair, is Yanni.
Yeah.
He's obviously moving to Dubai, and he made a video explaining like all the steps towards it and how much like taxes, because a lot of people think you're moving to Dubai and there's no tax you've got to pay.
It's rubbish.
Yeah, there actually is tax. It's a very small amount, but there is still tax to pay.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people just go there and don't pay it, but they probably get away with it because there's so much confusion of them moving over and things like that. There's a lot of guys that go there and just don't pay it, and they're just seen as like an English citizen that's moved over for a bit and then they'll go back, so no one will ever really know. So I think a lot of them don't pay it, but you probably should. I mean,
I think a lot of people think of this like as Dubai as like this dream place to live. You've been to Dubai. What would you say?
I don't know, man. I kind of got bored of it. Like, I came back and I was just like, yeah, I will go there again and I'll have a good time and I'll get the cars and things like that there. But I feel like after a while, it's very fake. And a lot of the people there, they're doing well. Don't get me wrong, but it's not all the legit way that you see.
Morally, it's not morally right.
It's not morally right. Yeah. And I think I could probably sell a course and be rich from that, but I generally want to. I don't want to do that. Most of them are course sellers and stuff like that. And I'm not bad mouthing anyone. I think if you can get rich off what you think's right, then you go and do that. But personally, morally, in myself, I've always said I would never like do anybody over. Do you know what I mean? To get rich, like obviously, there's not rich or to make money. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you. It's just there's this like look of Dubai thinking that Dubai is this type of country. It's no tax. You do have to pay tax. And like looking at the houses as well, it's like what you can get out there for your money is like Yanni was saying, like, I know there was like a £10 million house which he was viewing, and then there was a £10 million house in England, and he was showing like the different qualities that England house has in Dubai.
Video, you know?
It was so interesting.
Yeah,
so sick.
Yeah. It does show you, doesn't it, the difference?
Yeah. You mentioned how obviously once you was doing certain things, getting to hit certain goals, you mentally wasn't prepared or you wasn't at that stage. Let me ask you, when you hit one of the goals and you was like, okay, I've made this amount of money or I've done this, I've hit it, cool. But when it didn't get to that point, was you mentally like not okay? Because I bet you're chasing. Eventually, like some people say, just relax, take a break for a minute, because all you're doing is chasing that money. Like, do you know what I mean? Enjoy your life a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I enjoy life to the max. I think I do that. Like when anyone's saying I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm always up for it. Like, I'm always up for a holiday and things like that. I think with goals wise, I think I'm just a bit like erratic with things. So I never put things in place very well. That's one of my worst like traits, is that I never have things in order. I just do what I see and I do it because I know it needs to be done. But yeah, with the goals, I think it's a hard one. I mean, I've completed some of the ones I want, but sometimes it's hard to find actually what direction you want to go in, especially with social media. It's hit and miss. Like, you might have a really good month one month, you might have a really shit one next.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So, I mean, it's like, I think building a business and getting it solid, that's when you can really put your goals in place to like understand where you want to go. And I think being 21 as well, it's a young age to even know where you want to go. A lot of people don't know till they're 30. Yeah, you see like the online gurus, like I've got it sorted by the time I'm 22, 23. Yeah, they might, but you're one in a million. Yeah. And I get the mentality, if you try your hardest, you're going to make it as far as you can. I do believe that. I do generally believe if you put your heart and soul into it, you will make it. But it's easier said than done, you know, because especially when you are 21 and you want to go and live your life, and it's sacrifices, to be fair, to get your goals. You have to sacrifice a lot. You can't go out partying. You can't see the people that you always want to see, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What do you think separates you and like an average person working a 9 to 5?
I just think I've got a very different mind to how they think, 100%. I think anybody that goes into a 9 to 5 thinking they're ever going to make any type of good money, or, well, it depends what good money is to them. Well, they'll be able to live their life. They'll be able to do all the normal shit. But I think what separates me is that I want a lot more. I definitely, in my own head, I want a lot more. I want a lot more for my family. I want a lot more for the people around me, definitely.
Yeah, you got that desire to
push for more in the first place. And like, I know deep down, like even if tomorrow I stopped earning from the things that I do now, I know there'll be something else I can go into. I just have that in my mind.
And that's what this whole like I keep saying social media job, or do you know what I mean? But it's working on the internet, and that's why like your world's the oyster on there.
Yeah,
when
literally.
you've got like a degree, you can only go for that like certain niche. But obviously on the internet, you can literally do anything.
You can literally set up anything, bro. It's
Yeah,
mad.
no,
And you can
it's
have
crazy.
it done within like a few weeks if you want to sell it up good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and start making money.
ChatGPT these days, bro, you can get anything on there. Like,
Mate, literally go on ChatGPT and ask them like, how can I make money online? And it will give you like 10 good ways. And then
it will
just
literally
try it.
just tell it, set a company up for me. Yeah, it will start writing it all out for you. It's
It
mad.
tells you what to do, all the legal side. No, but I think yes, with a job there is like a peak which you can get to. But we were speaking to a couple of people that have jobs but very high degrees, like 3 masters in law, like loads of degrees, going to university, and obviously his salary is amazing, like very very good. But at the end of the day, like that took him probably like 20 plus years to get to.
Yeah.
So think about it. If you went for a degree, you went for the education route, you can probably still make the amount of money you've got now, but you just need to be very high in a job. And potentially, and the thing what a lot of people don't know as well is like, if you're very high in a job, yes, that's your peak. But then imagine you get promoted to like CEO. You then have shares in that company and then you're doing very well. But majority of people don't actually get to that because that's a lot of education and you've got to be smart. And let's be honest, us three, we're not the smartest of people academically. But we are smart when it comes to like the internet side.
Do you know, like, props to anybody that does go and do that and sits in a company and builds up to like where they need to be. But I feel like I would never ever give up my time and freedom to anybody
to someone else.
company.
And that's the way I see it as
well.
Yeah,
like that's my life, bruv. I only get this once, you know what I mean? So no matter, I'd rather be broke than sit in an office all day and chat to that guy and listen to him tell me go and make his coffee till I'm 50 and then I'll build up to, do you know what I mean?
Right there,
I would rather be broke than actually do that. I mean, it's easier obviously said than done being broke because you can't do anything, but I would find a way. Like there'd be no way I would do that.
Yeah, no.
And there will be no way that I'm doing that ever, no matter what.
It's what you prefer at the end of the day. Would you rather earn good money working for someone else or earn decent money working for yourself?
Yeah. And I think, like I said, like earlier, if you put all the time and effort in, you'll end up where they are anyway. They came, their business owner that they're working for, they came from somewhere like you. You know what I mean? Whether you're 30 when you do it, whether you're 25 when you do it, it's going to be between them times if you put full effort in. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, would you rather make 10 grand a month off a job which you've had to get education for, or would you rather make 5k a month but you're working for yourself?
100% the second one.
Yeah. And the freedom as well that you've got.
Yeah.
As well. Even, yes, you're making 5k less, but you've got the freedom. You can do what you want. You don't have to, boss has just texted me, I've got to go to work. Like, no, mate, I'm my boss. I go tell myself if I want to go to work.
And people always say, like work's stressful and stuff. I actually enjoy the stress of my own life. Like it sounds crazy, but I enjoy the problems that I have. Like when I never knew about tax, had to sort that thing out. I was actually enjoying that. Like I was learning this stuff and I'm on this journey.
It's opportunities that you start to learn.
Yeah. It's like the journey by yourself as well. Like I was like thinking, I did this myself. Like I've got here myself, so I can now do that myself. Like it's the feeling of having your own shit going on. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like.
No, of course.
Is there anyone you look up to, like business-wise, social media-wise?
No, that's a very good question.
I'll tell you who I look up to. We're going to have two different complete people.
Go on.
No, you go first. Who do you look up to?
Look, like the stereotypical one's going to say Andrew Tate, people like that. But I generally, I think, he's a good guy, but it's a facade, it's fake. Like, he's done very well, but I don't know which way he's done it. To be honest, I don't really care. But I feel like I look up to people that I've generally built a business, like haven't just like done it off social media, haven't just like sold a course, like somebody that's actually built like something good. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you know what a unicorn business is?
Never
So a unicorn business is like when your business is worth billions of pounds. Like it's you're a $1 billion company.
Mm-hmm.
So the person who I look up to would be Elon Musk. He's got 7 unicorn businesses. That's
that's crazy.
$7 billion companies that he's made. For example, Tesla. Like, and I think as well, I asked myself, like, what's the stage of like where your business is actually doing very well? Like, and I would say is when you can like put shares out and other people can start investing. Look at the stock market. It's like S&P 500. Yeah, they're the 500 best companies.
Yeah, if you're in that, you're
and if you're in that, then that's a company that you want to be in.
Do you just want to be super rich? Like, do you want to be like £1 billion, or do you?
No, I've always said to myself, billionaire. I think you've got to work around the government to become a billionaire.
You've got to do something a bit dodgy.
But like, it's like, but at the end of the day, it's like Tesla. Like Elon's done something to do with Tesla, and now it's $1 billion company. But potentially, he might have had that route because of like family members involved, and now he's literally talking to Trump. So mate, there's something involved, which is why he's so big.
I just think they're all just quite They're just careless people. They've got no emotion. They don't give a fuck. They care about them, and that's it. Like, Elon Musk probably couldn't give a fuck about his not company, his family is what I was gonna say. Like maybe his wife, but that apparently you don't see his kids and stuff like that. But I would never give up that kind of life for any money. I'll be real. Like, my family is literally everything.
So it's like a millionaire. Is that where you want to get to? Is that like
probably multi-million, and then I'll probably be happy. But then again, anywhere I've ever got to in life, I've never been happy with. So I could say I was going to be happy with.
You're always chasing more.
I said when I was in that estate agent office that I was going to be happy with a Mercedes and $7,000. That's what I used to think. I used to think that was one of my main goals.
So money doesn't buy happiness then. Because it's true, you could be a millionaire.
To an extent. Like when I'm out in Dubai and I can go and rent a car, and I got
every
my
week he's at a bloody hotel. So
and I can, and I can. It's not even that. It's the freedom. It's the freedom that makes me happy. Being able to wake up and not have to answer to anyone other than the people that I work with, and that's it. Like, it's more of like that. I booked that hotel. Like I just went away to the Lake District. And I booked that hotel just like the night before and just drove down there. Like it's that type of shit. If I had a job the next morning, I'm like, oh. Well,
and you work there as well, don't you? You literally just go on your laptop. Work over there.
Obviously, it's harder because you don't get to enjoy the full experience because you're working, but it's the best of both worlds, to be honest.
Yeah.
How do you handle negative comments or clients?
Negative people? Yeah, I mean,
affect you?
Like hate. So like, let's say there's Jimmy who's just messaged you on like Instagram or he's commented saying something like, "Oh, like." You have a gum shield in your mouth, or like just
I get that one all the time. Funny enough,
like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, hate like that, I don't give a fuck. It's the people that like I'm close to, that like I just know ain't that real. Like you know when you look at people and you're like, they act so nice to your face and they act so good, and you hear that they said something to somebody else. That gets to me because it's like you're just fake, bruv. Like I was chatting to you on a level, and you've gone and said that. That's why I would never. People like that, I'm straight away. Like even if I try to like say like, I'll give them benefit of the doubt, my mind just won't let me. Once they fuck me over once, I'll just be like, no, forever. Sort of thing. But hate not really doesn't really.
So let's say you got hate from social media, but then let's say someone who you really like, you're really close to. I don't know, it could be your missus or it could be your mum, and they start telling you, no, I don't think what you're doing, like you could do better, or said the same type of hate comment that someone said on social media, then it would get to you, wouldn't it? Because obviously that's your close person.
Yeah, I think in terms of like my mum, which it shouldn't be because she'll always give me her safe advice and what she thinks is best. But I think sometimes I have to bypass that. But yeah, what she says kind of does affect me, I'll be honest, because deep down I want to make her. Yeah, I want to make her proud. You know?
Yeah.
And I think I have. Like, I think she's proud of me. She's just worried, isn't it? She just worries that it will all come crashing down one day and I won't be able to find my way. But I'm pretty sure I'll be all right.
Right, Jack, what would you say your like lowest part of life has been? Like a deep part which potentially nearly like broke you. It might have been like an illness or maybe something that like mentally just wasn't okay.
I think there's been a couple times, and I think I've just suffered with it my whole life, really. I don't know if anybody else suffers with it or anything like that, but I was 17. This is when it all started, but I get really bad intrusive thoughts. I don't know if you boys know what that is.
What intrusive thoughts?
So, like, I won't say what because it's quite deep, but like, say
is it like thinking you're gonna die tomorrow?
No, it'll be like towards like if you search up the average viewer search up what intrusive thoughts is, you'll understand. You get thoughts about like harming like people you love and things like that, but you don't mean it at all. It's just the fact that it's like if you search up, there's a real meaning behind it. It's your brain, and you don't understand why you're getting these thoughts. When I was 17, I was like, why the hell would I get this? Like, I'm not a horrible person. Proper stress. Like, it wasn't until I went to the doctors and shit like that and got like properly like it looked into, and they were like, it's so normal. Like everybody gets them. But yeah, that really got me. I'll be honest, because it's like when you get intrusive thoughts, when you try and get rid of them, the more you try and get rid of the thought, it comes back because it knows you're like giving it power. Like, oh, I don't want this thought in my head. I really don't want it. Like, please go away. That it's actually thriving off that. You're getting, it's giving it more power to stay in your head and affect you more. And that used to really upset me. I remember I just came in one day and I was so upset, man. I was like, I don't know why I'm getting this. Like, I went to my parents, and ever since I just found ways to deal with it.
How do you deal with it?
So every time it comes, it sounds crazy, but every time it comes to my head now, I'm like, oh, you're right, mate. How are you? Like, just chat to it. I swear down.
But
It's
you,
like-
what,
in your
you
brain?
chat to yourself.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah,
Well, I don't speak to myself. In my head, I'm like, oh, you're back. Like, this thought's back again. Like, all right.
That's crazy.
Have a
that
good
is
day.
crazy.
And
That's,
because
that's pretty sick though. Like, it's in for
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you found a way to deal with it.
Yeah, and because it's like people want to look at me and think you're fucking mental, but no, it's not even because of that. It's just like the more power you give, so the more I stress out and go, oh, I really don't want it. Please stop coming into my head. These thoughts are horrible. It will thrive off of that because it knows it's hurting me. When realistically it's all in my own head. But if I just go, oh yeah, all right, you're back again. Like, go on, do your worst. Like, make me have a heart attack. Do your worst. Make me feel sad.
Yeah.
It'll just all of a sudden it just goes and I forget about it. So that's the way I learned to deal with it. But yeah, it's just mental health really. If you search it up, it's one of the main things with mental health. It's scary. Like at the time, I was just so shook. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I must be going mad. But it's just something I've literally learned to deal with since I was probably about 17.
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't know if it's kind of the same, but I remember I was like 15, and I was like trying to go to sleep, and I was like looking up at the bedroom. You know, when like you're sleeping, you're just looking up, yeah. And I all of a sudden I had like this pain that came down to the like the side of my stomach, the left hand side, and then it was like really like moving. Like I could feel something like was moving, and I thought something was like inside. So then I went downstairs to my mum and I started telling my mum like something is going on, yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, it's fine. You're just overthinking. Stop thinking about it." But when someone says stop thinking, I carry on thinking. Like
It's
you
the
can't
worst
stop
thing
thinking
ever.
about it.
Yeah, I used to get thoughts about everything. Like I used to get thoughts about myself, just so much stuff, and I was literally used to get so shook of like what it was.
The thing that I always say and I bring up is like, I always think I've got testicular cancer.
Oh my god, I check all the time,
Bro,
I'm
check
time,
your spuds, everyone, please.
bro. I swear down
Like,
now. That's one of the main things.
I
bro.
always check and
You know,
like,
it sounds crazy. Yeah, you saying this, yeah. I've been to hospital like 3 times, and they fucking so awkward. Yeah, they lay you out on the bed. Yeah,
yeah, mate. But
them.
when they do that, yeah, do you start getting like a head rush, like feeling dizzy?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
mate,
so
I can't.
embarrassing. Like you have to get your wood out, and then they rub.
No,
cream.
I wouldn't say it's
on it.
embarrassing, mate. I'd rather someone touch my wood telling me I'm gonna live than knowing like.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
it's
I mean?
just awkward, isn't it? But yeah, no, I feel good after because I'm like, yeah, I haven't got anything wrong.
Like there was a song that the Spud Bros literally came out with. It was like, check your spuds.
Yeah, I seen that. I literally seen that on TikTok.
Yeah, and I was like, this is so perfect because loads of people need to actually start doing it,
It is
and a lot of people don't actually do it. And like when I'm like starting to feel like make sure it's okay, like sometimes I don't understand like what's bad and what's wrong. Because you've got your ball, and then you've got like what, but then I start
There's
feeling
bare
something.
other stuff in there, bro. Every time I'm feeling it, I'm like, bro, yeah, no, it's scary. I mean, it's one of the
I think that's my deep parts is like
Just overthinking.
overthinking, bro. I overthink everything, mate. It's like even like going in the car, lock your door. Like it's just like little things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I suppose that's the way the world is now. If you don't lock your door, mate, you're gonna get public
That
kick
is
out like that. You go wherever you
That
go
shouldn't-
now.
That's
you're
not
gonna
how
get-
England should be, though.
I know England's
Like,
fucked, bro. This fucked.
It's such a mate. It's like the part we're in right now is like, do not want to go to the wrong parts.
danger zone, man. It's
Yeah. Do you know? There's one thing, yeah, that like I don't know, starting from like 17, and then you're building up your businesses, you're doing social media, and like as a kid going into an adult, people are making a lot of money, and I think a lot of people don't know how to control their money. And because social media is this massive area of like where you can get tricked into paying for the wrong things or doing the wrong things, have you ever had an experience of being scammed?
bro, so many. I'll be honest. Like, there's literally been car insurances, anything that I thought I was going to get cheaper somewhere else, I'd always try and get scammed.
And I think, you know what? Yeah, I heard this saying the other week. Yeah, which I was literally about to say my story is, if it sounds too good to be true,
it is, bro.
Yeah,
it is. And,
Yeah.
and my parents always say to me that, and they'll be like, "Nah, no better."
and they're always
Trust
right.
me, they're always right, bro.
Yeah,
And you always
yeah.
have to go back to them and be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
fucked it."
yeah.
But yeah, one in particular story, which was quite bad. So yeah, going back to TikTok Live, when I started TikTok Live, I was obviously young, earning quite a bit of money. I met a gifter on there. He was actually a really nice guy, got to know him. I would have called him, I've never actually told this story, but I would have called him a mate of mine, yeah?
Yeah.
And one day, like, he was really well, what I saw, he was really well off. Like, he was gifting me loads, gifting the group that I was like, hanging around with loads. We'd go out on like days out all together. He was a bit older than us. He's like probably like 6-7 years. No, not 6-7 years. Probably about 10 years older than us.
So you
Yeah.
met him in person?
Yeah, we ended up meeting him in
Okay.
person. Like, he's actually a mate. Like, a lot of people say don't meet your gifters because they're scary, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
depends.
I think that's a lot of people say
It
that.
depends who you get
Yeah.
to know, really. So I got to know him, and the day I met him, he pulled up in a Ferrari, yeah, Sorry, going back.
Bro,
So yeah,
that's 1 year that you was thinking to yourself, I've just given this guy 20k. Was you not even like,
yeah, this is another thing. I slacked off because I not loads, but I slacked off a bit because I thought that I was getting that at the end of the
yeah,
year.
yeah.
I was that.
So you was like, oh, do you know what, 20k, like
Yeah,
by
he
the end of
fully
the
got
year,
you.
it'll be sweet because I'll have a lot more. So I'll
Yeah.
give you 20k now. By the end of the year, I've got more anyway, so I don't really care that I've given you 20k.
I got
So
manipulated
yeah, by the end
bro.
of the year, what happens?
So anyway, going back, so we went on a Dubai trip with him. He came to Dubai with me and a group of the lads as well.
Yeah.
We went on days out. But the first day I ever met him was he pulled up in a Ferrari,
Yeah.
But there were 2 weeks before I'd given him the 20k. So this is what I didn't clock. He pulled up in the Ferrari, acting like the guy. I was driving it, like he was letting me drive it everywhere and all this shit. So
Yeah.
I was like fully like, this guy is literally like the guy, bro. He's doing me a favor, all of this. Went on a Dubai trip. This is weird. He was like, I'll get the hotel. I was like, no worries. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. He was like proper nice guy. Like,
Using
proper
your money.
good mate. Yeah, hear this. Yeah. Got to the hotel. Oh, no, they missed their flight. So
Yeah.
me and Harv got on the flight.
Yeah.
He missed his with the two other boys.
Yeah.
We got to the hotel. The hotel wasn't paid for. Wasn't paid for whatsoever. So it was like, what the fuck? I was like, it's under it's under the guy's name, and it's not paid for. The woman was like, right, I'll let you go upstairs, and when he gets there, he'd have to cover the bill. He got to the counter, bro. He was stressing, bro. He didn't know what to do, and then he must have. Now I'm thinking about it, to get that Ferrari to look like the part, to fucking go to Dubai.
Wait, so what did
He
you
was
confront
using-
him?
He was using my money, but I didn't know. I still didn't clock. This is for the whole year. I didn't clock that he has been spending my money. I'm pretty sure he even got a new car and stuff like that, and like everything. So I started to do some research. Turns out, I searched all I had to do before I give him that 20k was search him up on LinkedIn, bro. And it came up with he was a general manager at a job, and he basically was using my money to look like the guy for the time, bro.
So then what did you do? Like,
So anyway, let me get to the point.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
asked him, I was like, right, I need the money back. I was like, Dad, you need to get involved. You need to fucking tell him that we're going to do it. I was like, you're going to have to tell him we're going to do him in if he doesn't give this money back. So anyway, I was like, he blocked me on everything, bro. And I had sleepless nights for about a week, couldn't get hold of him. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to call his work. I was like, I'm going to call his work. So I was like, Mum, can you call it? Because it sounds better coming from an adult.
Yeah.
Because he thinks I'm just a fucking TikTok guy. He's going to rob me. She rang up, and she went, hello. And he was like, hello, whatever company they're at. And she went, you've got my son's 20 grand and I need it back. And he went, like he didn't know what to say because he was in shock that we had called up his work. And he was like, this is not not the place to do this right now. Anyway, so he then messaged me. He came through with the money to my account 2 days before the day. He must have took out a loan or something. I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
joking,
probably. Bro, that's mad how someone faked
I can't
their
believe
whole
you got-
friendship and lifestyle.
Bro, what a fuck. I always think, what a fucking weirdo, bro.
for a year of
That's
straight.
strange, though.
Yeah,
That's
no. When I think about it, it's all a bit of a weird situation. Anyway, he's older than me. What are you hanging around with a fucking 19-year-old for?
Crazy.
Oh yeah, then after I did all this, I was like, where did he get the Ferrari from? Searched up the number plate. Why didn't I do this earlier? So rental. I was like, oh,
there we
brilliant.
go.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I saw someone promoting on Snapchat that they're selling insurance. So I was thinking to myself,
I've done this.
So I was thinking to myself, okay, cool. My test is far away. I want to sooner test. And I messaged him and I was like, can you sort tests out? And he said, yeah, no, I can sort tests out. So I messaged him and I'm saying to myself, okay, cool. I know loads of people that has used this guy, loads of people, and everyone's saying, cool. He adds me to a group chat. The guy says, yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, cool. People that I'm literally close to. So I'm thinking, okay, do you know what? This is going to be fine. I'm going to get the test. So I send the money to him. It was £300. Not a lot, but I'm just saying. It was the whole moral of the story is like,
Mate,
why
it's
did I do
always
this?
with them lot, whenever you go for anything like that, it's always like £200.
Yeah.
These scammers know that's an affordable amount for everybody. Like if somebody's gonna get that service, they know it's quicker.
Mate, I would be real. I would never send someone 20k like
Nah,
that.
20K
I need a
is crazy.
contract. I need like legal.
I did have a contract. That's the one
yeah.
thing he wrote up was a fake contract, and I believed it. And it's just because it's like going to your like one of your best friends and them taking 20k. It was generally like that type of like relationship. Like he just manipulated me, bro. I don't know why. But.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so yeah, I sent the money and he said, okay, wait 24 hours. So I waited 24 hours, and he was like, you'll get the DVLA email come through saying you got your test. I said to him, I want this day, I want this time. He was like, yeah, cool, I can give you that time, that day, that time. I then went to my driving instructor and I said to him, what are the times that tests can be? And he literally had one, the exact same that the guy was telling me about. So then I was like, okay, cool, yeah, that adds up, that's good. All right, it goes 24 hours. I'm calling him. I'm asking him what's going on. He was like, oh, just wait a little bit. It's Friday evening, so now they're shut. Saturday, Sunday, they're also not going to work. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay, I've got to wait till Monday now. So Monday goes, I message him, and the guy goes, oh, the guy that's sorting your test out, he's just been put into prison. And I'm like, oh, mate, like, what is going on? Yeah, and then eventually the bank just gives my money back. But I'm so stupid to believe that someone can give you a test. And I bet there's someone out there that can do that. I bet there is, but... First of all, if you get caught, that you probably get banned from driving. So I'm like, do you know what? I just want my money back. I
Bruv,
don't
you're a
want
lucky
anything
guy.
to do with it.
£300 a light, bro. I've done so many stupid things like that. Like I had
Mate,
insurance guy, 1.4 grand done me in, but I got 1.4 grand. I think I got a grand back from the bank. They didn't give me the whole lot, but that was for insurance.
So if you've got someone that's messaged you about insurance,
yeah, never trust guys over Snapchat,
yeah.
bro.
Especially
Yeah,
Snapchat's that's what they all are, bro. They love it. Or Telegram. Oh my god, never
Don't,
go into
mate,
Telegram.
Telegram.
Bro. They love it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, scams are, bro. Oh, it annoys me because you're like, you fall for the dream. You're like, oh yeah, okay, this is good. I like this.
Yeah, but that's why you're falling for it because it's too good to be true.
All right, cool. So that was season 2, episode 3. Jack, it was a blast having you on the podcast, bro. A lot that you went through in your personal life, your scam story, which was ridiculous. I don't know who would fall for that, but yeah. How did you find it?
Nah, good. I've enjoyed it. It's been
Yeah.
nice.
Well, is this your first podcast?
I did one like years ago, but
So many more to go, hopefully.
yeah, many more.
All right, yeah, bro. Appreciate coming on.
I appreciate it, man. It's been a pleasure.